Let's be real for a second. If you've ever embarked on a home renovation, or honestly even just thought about it, you already know the process can feel like a total black box. We're talking hidden costs popping up out of nowhere, missed deadlines, and just an endless amount of stress. Well, today, we are going to completely demystify all of that. We're diving into this explainer, which is essentially your ultimate zero-surprise blueprint to a stress-free, premium home renovation in Pune, entirely without those sneaky, hidden costs. We're going to look at the exact playbook that takes chaotic construction and turns it into a precise, highly transparent science.
To do this, we'll be moving through 5 main areas: a decade of trust, the transparent 4-stage delivery method, the actual anatomy of premium materials, navigating those all-important renovation costs, and finally, guaranteed peace of mind. All right, Section 1, a decade of trust. Now, before we even think about talking about plywood or paint colors, we have to establish the absolute foundation of any good renovation, and that is unbreakable trust. And honestly, the number 5.0 stands out for a huge reason here. In the notoriously unpredictable world of contractors and interiors, maintaining a perfect 5.0 rating across over 60 Google reviews, that is incredibly rare. It's a profound testament to top-tier, unwavering credibility in the market. Basically, it means the promises made on day one are actually the things being delivered on handover day. And that deep-rooted trust really comes from local expertise. Based right in Khandwa and transforming spaces across Pune since 2014, this blueprint relies on comprehensive end-to-end solutions. That means handling the entire life cycle, all the way from the initial 3D planning down to the final polishing. But here is the absolutely crucial part: owner supervision. Every single site is personally managed and supervised by AZAZ Khan. You aren't getting handed off to some junior manager halfway through. You literally have the owner directly overseeing the craftsmanship. Moving on to Section 2. Transparent 4-stage delivery. So let's shift our focus to the actual execution. How does the work get done? Well, the chaos of home development is completely tamed by breaking the whole thing down into 4 distinct stages. This highly structured, methodical delivery eliminates those typical renovation nightmares we all hear about. It keeps the project tightly on track and rigorously respects your time and deadlines. You start with a visit and measurement, move straight into 3D design, curate your materials, and then finally hit finishing and handover. And this method ensures absolute strict adherence to the plan. Step 1 is precise spatial mapping at your property. Step 2, 3D designing, is absolutely vital. This is the pre-visualization of the space, which means all your little adjustments and tweaks happen on a screen before a single hammer is swung or a piece of wood is cut. Step 3 is material selection, where things like BWP-grade plywood and premium laminates are curated to fit your exact budget. And finally, Step 4 is finishing and handover, complete with final detailing, a deep clean, and strict adherence to the agreed-upon deadline. Okay, Section 3, the anatomy of premium. This is where it gets really interesting because we're looking at the scientific, structural breakdown of what actually goes into premium home interiors. To elevate the standard of craftsmanship, the blueprint divides a space into 4 vital quadrants. First, you have the ceiling plane, handling your gypsum, POP, and complex profile lighting. Second, the vertical surfaces, so your 3D wallpapers, PVC panels, and toughened glass partitions. Third is the carpentry core, holding the heavy lifters like modular kitchens, floating TV units, and designer beds. And fourth, the foundation and infrastructure encompassing your flooring, concealed plumbing, and, of course, essential waterproofing. Now, before we look closer at that carpentry core, we need to define a term that is an absolute game changer: BWP plywood. That stands for 100% boiling waterproof plywood. It is incredibly resilient and serves as the inner core structure for all premium cabinetry. Understanding this exceptional standard of material is totally key to understanding why these interiors last so long. So here is how that BWP plywood actually fits into the bigger picture. Premium cabinetry is deconstructed into 3 fundamental layers. Layer 1 is that BWP core we just talked about, utilizing top-tier brands like Greenply or Century. Layer 2 is the skin, the outer finish made of 1mm plus premium laminates from brands like Royal Touche. And finally, Layer 3 is the movement. This relies on precision hardware mechanics. Think hydraulic baskets and smooth tandem drawers from world-class brands like Hettich and Hoffele. It's literally a science of durability meeting aesthetics. Section 4. Navigating renovation costs. All right, time to tackle the elephants in the room. We are addressing the biggest fear in renovations head-on by openly and transparently discussing exact financial numbers. No more guesswork here. So comparing exact costs, durability, and applications, the numbers are highly structured. Gypsum gives you a clean, modern look for living rooms, starting at just 90 to 120 rupees per square foot. Want intricate, classic luxury? POP design runs 130 to 160. For damp areas like balconies, 100% waterproof PVC panels sit between 110 and 140. And for those premium wood-look TV walls, high waterproof WP louvers range from 180 to 250 rupees per square foot. It's just total clarity. And that transparency continues right into the carpentry. Modular kitchens with hydraulic systems and chimney integration, those sit between 1,400 and 1,800 rupees per square foot. Designer wardrobes are about 1,200 to 1,600. For custom units, like those beautiful floating TV designs with fluted highlighting, you're looking at a range of 15,000 to 35,000 per unit. Premium bed frameworks with hidden storage run from 35,000 to 55,000. And remember, all of this is constructed using that bulletproof BWP plywood and 1mm laminate standard we learned about a minute ago. The blueprint also maps out explicit costs for foundational civil works. Ceramic tile laying is mapped at 150 to 200 rupees per square foot. A mirror finish marble polishing is 60 to 90. If you are entirely overhauling a bathroom with concealed fittings and sanitary installation, expect a range of 45,000 to 75,000 per unit. Even full home plumbing wiring is clearly lump summed at 25,000 to 40,000. So, a huge question naturally comes up. How do you pay for all this without risking all your capital up front? Well, you use a milestone-based payment structure. This ensures you only pay your hard-earned money as tangible progress is visually made. It goes like this: 50% for booking in 3D, 30% for core materials, 15% for finishing, and a final 5% at handover. Think of it as a commercial staircase that maps your payments directly to real-world progress. You literally never pay that 30% until the core material delivery is physically sitting at your site and structural work is 50% complete. You hold back the final 5% until complete handover, deep cleaning, and 100% client satisfaction are achieved. This highly structured approach gives you, the homeowner, complete predictability and total control over your money.
And finally, Section 5. Guaranteed peace of mind.
This brings us to what happens after the keys are handed over, focusing on the longevity, protection, and aftercare of the property. Everything in this blueprint builds up to one ultimate promise. It elegantly ties all this transparent planning, meticulous scheduling, and premium material curation together into one definitive package: the Zero Surprise Quality Guarantee. And the crucial point is this winning equation right here. When you combine ISI-branded materials, like Greenply and Asian paints, add that 3D pre-visualization so you see it before they build it, plus AZAZ's personal owner supervision, and a completely transparent rate card with no hidden costs, the end result is a rock-solid 5-year comprehensive service warranty on all modular furniture, plus a 1-year warranty on electrical and plumbing installations. That is peace of mind, right there. But of course, a premium space requires a little expert upkeep to make the work last for generations. It's super simple, but absolutely essential. Just use a dry microfiber cloth for daily surface care to protect your laminates. Apply a high-quality lubricating oil to your hinges once a year for smooth mechanical maintenance. And finally, utilize curtains or blinds for UV protection, because direct, prolonged sunlight can fade even the absolute best premium laminates over time. Which brings us to the end of our explainer. For local viewers, proprietor AZAZ's contact information in Kongwa, Pune is right here for you. We've walked through the trust, the materials, the exact pricing, and the zero surprise guarantees. So the final question I'm going to leave you with today is this: are you ready to invest in a home that is built on total transparency and engineered to last a lifetime?